Chris, I am completely new to the gym. I am in need of some tips and tricks to help me kickstart my resistance training journey. So if you're a male or a female beginning your resistance training journey, I highly recommend staying to the end of this video, as you might pick up a decent tip or two. There is one main tip I do want to run through today specifically, but let's get the easy ones out the way. If you are beginning your resistance training journey, you want to increase your protein to be able to support the training. You want to increase your sleep to be able to, again, recover efficiently. And you also want to train every single muscle in the body once a week. Simple as that. They're all the basic kind of introductions to lifting. Now, this one I want to talk about is a little bit more advanced, and it is what's called mind to muscle connection. Now, when I say that, it still sounds like gypsy magic, but bear with me. Mind to muscle connection is what happens when you are lifting enough and you can basically isolate the muscle you're trying to work on. Let me explain. When I first started going to the gym, and I tried to do these big old curls, well, again, the human body is so intelligent, it's so smart. So what I want to do is grow my biceps, which in order for me to do that, I need to contract and release my bicep via isolation compounds, whatever exercise you choose. But let's keep it to the bicep curl for now. So all I want to do is break down muscle fibers from the bicep. Now the bicep's only job is to move this part of my arm up to here. Simple as that. There's no other function in the body other than doing that. Now, if the weight is too heavy, my bicep isn't going to tell my brain, hey, this is too heavy, we shouldn't lift this. No, obviously my ego kicks in and that weight is moving no matter what. So what ends up happening is my shoulder ends up coming into it and the elbow flies forward, using momentum to try and get it up. Or even worse again, the lower back starts to come in and you're basically just fucking up gravity in order to get that weight up. Now trust me, while it feels class to push these mad weights at the beginning and thinking you're doing some serious growth, my friend, it does not work that way. So let's circle back to the mind to muscle connection. What I would try and recommend you to do is, as you are working through your program, find out what exercises are targeting each muscle. Again, we'll use the example of the bicep curl. And when I'm performing the curls in my program, I want to try and think to myself, okay, the only bit of my arm that should be working is this guy right here. So if that means completely slashing the weights, really dropping the weights in order for me to stand nice and still, even close your eyes is a tip I've been told, and to just slowly contract the muscle, squeeze at the top of the rep and slowly release it down. Performing the correct technique over a period of time will cement movement patterns both in your brain and in your central nervous system. You will have effectively learned a new skill. Contracting single muscles by themselves is actually very difficult and does take a little bit of skill in order for us to perform each individual exercise correctly. So just because you might want to contract your glutes, isolate them via a glute kickback, doesn't necessarily mean your body wants to do that. Your body has one objective, and it's to move the weights. Your objective is to contract your ass. There's some mixed messages going on. Whereas if you can keep firing messages up to the brain and cement it in the central nervous system, over time, again, you won't even need to think about performing the exercise correctly. And with that, you'll be able to focus more so on progressive overload than you will so on having to rehab dirty injuries. So guys, that's going to do it again for today. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll go again later on in the week. Good luck.